I just buried my friend hours ago. He was our people's chosen leader for nearly 15 years, cut down in an attempt to sow discord and chaos within us. The man's broken voice said across the galaxy. Species and creatures of all kinds gathered around personal data screens and massive city center displays, watching in silence. We helped rebuild your infrastructure, provided aid without question to your furthest colonies, and supported you in your fruitless wars. Nearly all of you, he said behind a small podium. The man was in a damaged suit, soot and blood staining his hands and pressed white shirt. None of that mattered to you. We were just death worlders to you. Something that should be cut at the root before we had gotten to blossom in your community. At least, that's the excuse you fed us after your betrayal. The man sighed and wiped away at his face. The flag behind him scarred and burnt as he stood amongst the remains of humanity's press conference room. You attacked our homes, threw rocks from the Kuiper Belt into them like pebbles to an ant's nest. The same ones where we hosted your most esteemed leaders and representatives. You turned them into molten rock in mere moments. A tear breaks apart the dirt on his cheek. A display showed the before and after of many Terran colonies, making sure to capture the grim scenes on the ground floor. You destroyed the shipyards that repaired your ships when others waved you away. Both military and merchant, the display showed the camera view of rescue ships and vehicles, the broken and destroyed hulls of Terra's proudest ships floating lifelessly with its exposed crew, trailing behind like blood in the water. You cast fire and brimstone upon our agricultural planets, slaughtered refugees, and fired upon unarmed first responders. The man's teeth began to grit, his emotion betraying his otherwise poised appearance. Massive wildfires are shown covering entire halves of green planets, smoking and embers covering the rest, choking the planet's wildlife and atmosphere. You turned your weapons upon Terran Navy vessels assigned to the same formations you constructed. You gave no warning, no chance of surrender. You cut them down. You all betrayed us. You fucking rats. A staff member approached the man in the suit, but he waves them away. Fuck the teleprompter, he said in defiance to her pleas to stay on track. You slaughtered millions, wasted billions of both material and precious resources. For what? His face tightened, tears of both rage and deep sadness flowing freely. For greed, envy? We helped you, we fought for you. The man began to untangle, his suit shifting with his drastic arm movements. The same staff member attempts to walk back up, but is held back by another, the same pain showing within that member's face. He told us, he promised us that you wanted peace, that your weapons are for deterrence and protection. Not oppression and servitude! The scenes displayed above cut to Earth itself, a large black indentation seen cut into the African continent. No more doubt or false promises of peace. Humanity has learned that this is a dream we must attain for ourselves, by force. The man attempted to shift his suit back into place, poorly. What you may not know is we weren't always a species of support and welcome arms, a logistical and agricultural powerhouse, willing to bend the knee to support our fellow being. The man extends his hand out for something. We are a species that knows war. He is handed a pistol of an older period, specifically a M19111. He places it onto the small podium in front of him. We know blood-stained battlegrounds, unimaginable suffering through overwhelming violence on a scale that brought our world to the brink of collapse. The screen behind him shifted. The camera zoomed in on the highway of death, a preserved stretch of devastation, twisted vehicles and rusted tanks, The feed changed again. Now, black and white footage, a snow-covered forest. The Battle of the Bulge, American soldiers, exhausted and frozen, crouched in trenches. German artillery rained down without pause, trees snapping like toothpicks. Blood mixed with snow. Smoke blurred the line between the living and the dead. Cries echoed through the Ardennes. "That," the man said, pointing to the footage behind him, "is what we left behind, what we strive to avoid again. We are not a naive species. We are a hopeful species, and you took advantage of that. You ignored your historical societies, your archaeologists telling you that you were mistaken in our response." The display changed again. Helmet cam footage from the Second Battle of Fallujah. Grainy, raw. There was a tight street, completely consumed by smoke and ash. Marines stacked on a breached doorway. One throws a grenade into the threshold and rushed in after its explosion. Gunfire erupts, deafening and close. Shadows move in upper windows, screams echoing between concrete alleys. Blood streaks down stairwells. A fire team drags a wounded man through rubble as insurgents fire from every angle. The walls are torn with bullet holes. Smoke pours from a mosque under siege. It is time for all of you to gain a new understanding of the meaning of war. The display cut back to the highway of death, seemingly splitting from beneath in a perfect cut, revealing a hidden underground facility completely filled to the brim with awaiting warships and fighter craft. It is time for all of you to understand how it feels to be forced into a corner, fighting for every inch back, knowing you will never be the same again. The ships launched. Hundreds, then thousands, rising from Earth, from the moon, from every hidden hangar. For centuries we fought ourselves, perfected the art of killing our own kind. The display shifted again now, showing real-time footage from the edge of the Kordathu system. Multiple warp space exits ripped through space itself. From these emerged several unregistered Terran battleships along with their escort destroyers. Scarred from old conflicts and bristling with weapons that had been hidden from galactic sensors for decades. The alien defense fleet hovering near the system's edge floated unprepared. If you wanted war, we will bring you war. The dreadnought's main cannon charged, a ball of energy growing at its bow, until it released a beam that cut through 3 crawl battle cruisers like tissue paper. The explosion illuminated the system briefly, a new star born from vengeance. Ready your weapons, load your cannons and charge your shales. The display split to show another system, Proxima Vega, a major trading hub. Space itself tore open as 30 smaller Terran vessels emerged, flying at full speed toward the orbital trading station where the conspiracy against Earth had been hatched. A new age has begun, ushered by your hubris. The trading station's shields flared blue, then failed completely as concentrated fire from the Terran fleet overwhelmed them. Escape pods launched in every direction as the station was ripped apart. "We are coming." A few aliens heard the boom of broken sound. Looking up from their screens, they witnessed hulls aflame, breaking apart from overwhelming firepower hitting them, with what looks to be thousands of meteors heading for the surface. And you will know suffering.